So it's been a few weeks since I've made a video, and obviously the last video that I made was quite an important video, and one that I actually didn't expect such an insane response. I mean, that video got over 50,000 views and nearly 2,000 of your comments giving your thoughts and opinions, and you know, it gave me a lot of time to think about, and believe it or not, I read through a good majority of them. And I took some time because I thought I really need to think about this, because I was done, like genuinely done. And it's kind of sad that it took something such like a negative topic to kind of garner that much attention and views, when realistically, I would much prefer those views to go onto something that's about us like admiring the talents of these groups that we come to videos and channels like this to appreciate and admire. But what it told me was that this wasn't just a big issue for me, it was a big issue for so many of you as well. Now in this video, we're going to talk about what's going to happen. I also need to apologize for something as well, but I've had a lot of time to think and I just kind of want to get it all out. Now, one of the things that I did see fairly often was, why don't you just kind of just ignore it? There's a lot of noise and you can just try and like block it out. And whilst I do respect that, it's a lot more difficult. And in the situation that I'm in, because of the channel and the community that we've grown, I get messaged on a daily. I see it all over my feeds because, believe it or not, I'm obsessed with these groups. My feed is full of everything. I see everything, and that's just, you know, it's an algorithm thing. I think when you really get into the weeds and you're really becoming a fan, it's almost impossible to shut certain things out. And I think that was a big thing that I saw a lot of you guys were saying, that it was something that you guys suffered with, and it can kind of not repel you, but it can bring your enjoyment down and suck some of the fun out. Like even the other day, I saw it with like, you know, ATEEZ winning an award the day before Stray Kids did. Fan bases hating on each other as if ATEEZ and Stray Kids aren't like super friends with each other just for Stray Kids to win their award the next day. Like all this is silly stuff. I'm just like, this is just more examples of clear mental health, right? I mean, it's just non-negotiable. It is that. Just before we get into stuff, there is something that I do need to apologize for. In my video, I feel like I have no regrets about that video. I said everything that I wanted to say, but there was one thing that I came away after and I was like, and I think I was a bit harsh on the Les Seraphim song. Like, don't get me wrong, I still don't think it was a great song, but I think I was just in the heat of the moment talking about all these things, you know, like this is my passion, right? And all of this had been sucked away from me because of all of this stuff. And I just think that it caught a bit of a stray. I think if you're going to be mature and adult and you're going to criticize the actions of others, you have to be able to take it yourself and be a man and, you know, hold your hand up and say, you know, I shouldn't have called it trash. I don't think it was a good song. And there were some things that I stick to, but I was a bit harsh. So if you were upset about that, first of all, don't be upset about someone else's opinion, but take that for what it is. But I did get a little bit of things saying, you know, reactors, you know, I said that, you know, some reactors were lying about some of their stuff just because they didn't want to upset certain fan bases, and people push back on that. And what I will say is, you know, when you get to a certain size and you get to like know other reactors, you have private conversations with them and, you know, they tell you stuff. And I know that not all of them, but there are, you know, some channels out there that you guys I know will watch that have told me in private that they're kind of scared of their fan bases because this is their livelihood, right? They have Patreons that they're dependent on. They feel like if they criticize something, they'll get backlash, so they have to pretend. And, you know, that's not for me, but it's just something to be aware of. And if you see something that says K-pop hater reacts in their title for like 3 months while they're making over 10 grand a month on Patreon, all I'm saying. Now, look, I miss my experiences and sharing stuff with audiences, and I miss the fact that my energy isn't there for that. I miss the fact that it was stolen. Like, I've heard so many exciting things about groups that I've not heard before. Like, there's a group called Cortis, I think you have saying it. I'm hearing so much about them. I really want to check them out. We never really got into hyping as well. I'm starting to really like TXT. In the time away, they released a couple songs that I really friggin' like. And obviously ATEEZ have got stuff coming out. Stray Kids, I think it's next week, right? And there is stuff that I'm sorry, and of course BTS coming back, right? Obviously. But the fact that I've not been desperate to make a video on these things has told me a lot of what I need to know. But that's gotta change. One of the most important things was just seeing how much this channel kind of meant to a lot of people, how a lot of people said that they came to this channel because it wasn't run-of-the-mill screaming like, oh my God, abs, oh my God, mics are always on, when they're not. But, you know, like people just, they came here to, like, adults, be an adult and actually just appreciate things for rather than just this kind of like ADHD, TikTok, FIFA, YouTuber style reactions. I just think it's just, I didn't appreciate that what we had here was a little bit different. And I saw that there was a lot of people that said that they were sad about the idea of the channel not being anymore. And that really did make me feel like, okay, it would be a shame, right? So I think we're back, but with an asterisk. Right, this is going to sound really harsh, but no more mental health. No more toxicity. None of it. I am going to cut that shit out like a dictator because Personally, I don't care. Cutting out such a large audience of shippers, toxic people, mental health, marry me in every comment section. Like, if I cut that out and I lose a big chunk of my audience, I genuinely don't give a shit. That's not what this is about. I don't need them for money. I don't need them for clout. Like, I'm kind of happy in my own life. I'm 35 soon. I've got my life set up. This is where I come to enjoy the stuff that I want to enjoy and share it with people that are like that. The people that I meet at the shows, you guys are the best example of that. Those are the people that I want to share this with. So I think we're going to be back, but we're going to cut that out, and it's going to be as and when. I think it's going to be a case of, if I'm in the mood and something comes up, I want to do it that day. If I'm in the mood, I'll do it. If something exciting has been released and I'm free that day, I'm going to do it. But that might be one video in a month. That might be one video every day of the week. It's just going to be that case. I mean, my priority is always going to be my Project Senpai channel. You know, we upload on it every single day. Got an amazing community over there. You know, I'm also a dad. I have a family. I want to spend time on that. I've had some health stuff recently. I've been working on myself as well. You guys might have not noticed it, but since the summer, I've lost like 45 pounds. Just trying to improve life, get out a little bit more and stuff like that. Not be bogged down because someone didn't like the fact that I didn't put Jimin in a thumbnail or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, bullshit like that. I want you guys to, when you sit down and watch a video with me, I want it to be something where experiencing this with someone that wants to be there, that wants to focus on the things, the positivity, wants to actually be there and be real about something. Because otherwise you can just go watch every other person. You've seen the thumbnails. They're all the same because we've got to do the game, right? But when you click on it, are you just getting a parody? Are you getting just someone that's just going to glaze for the sake of glazing? Someone that's going to sit there and listen to something that's completely backing track, completely lip synced, and say that they all sound amazing when you and I both know that we can't hear them? That's not what I'm going to do. I'd also like to do more discussion stuff, because that video, getting to actually, like, there were so many of you that I've seen in the comments loads, but it's just like, you know, we talk about the artists, we talk about the music and stuff like that. So we don't really get to actually directly talk with one another. But that changed in the last video, and it really meant a lot to actually be able to have a conversation and talk with people. And also, so many of you guys, like, generously just came over to Patreon, even though you know that I've not been uploading, just to support because that video meant something to you. And that was greatly appreciated. I don't know what this means for Patreon, quite honestly, because it can add an element of anxiety and pressure on something that's meant to be, that the whole reason that people come is because they want to enjoy and share something with you. But if the person's just putting content out because they feel they have to, then you're not getting something real. And I think I'm going to get rid of this obsession of, if there is something new, I have to do a video on it. I can't just experience it for myself. Like, for example, Are You Sure? The TV series with Jimin and Jungkook, season 2. My wife watched it after we did a whole reaction to the entire season 1 of that. Loved it. It was amazing. I got my wife onto it. She loves it. And now she's so excited for it that we're just going to watch it together. I think that's just going to be our thing, you know? It's like a cozy show. And I don't want to have that pressure of, you know, do you know the bullshit that I got when Tay joined for those couple episodes? If I put him in the thumbnail and missed one of the others, the amount of absolute, like, sick shit that I would see in my comments, it's just so off-putting. And I'm just brand new. I mean, at the time, I think, what was that? I mean, I don't even know how long I'd been doing reactions to K-pop. It was not long. And I've just got this whole world of people just ruining all of my fun. So I think now I just want to just do things with you guys. I want to focus on the things that I love, whether that's 80s, BTS, Stray Kids. I want to explore some more TXT and Hype and want to check out. I also want to check out some more girl groups as well, you know, give a little bit more love there as well. Twice, for example, Les Seraphim, not Spaghetti though. Maybe not Baby Monster. I don't know. 80s, yeah, that's my group, you know. All jokes aside, I want to have something real where you guys come and just know, well, I don't know whether I'm getting this type of video or this type of video. What type of Alex am I going to get today? I just want it to be real. I don't want you to just go, oh, I come here because he screams and shouts, or, you know, he glazes, or he, you know, does this and that. You come here, there will be things you will always see. You'll always see IN is my prince. Jongo is my king. The captain is the captain. Jimin. There are things you're always going to see here, but I don't know when it'll be, but it's going to be here. I thought I was going to get hate, and all I got was love. And I think that's down to what we have built here. If you want a home that's just no bullshit and no toxicness, no mental health, nothing, somewhere for adults to come, this is your home now. All right. I'll see you soon.